Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Informal bringing you a new podcast. We are on the 28th episode of Mr. Informal podcast. Check my website out at mrinformal.com. Follow me on Instagram at Mr. Informal. And of course, follow me on YouTube, subscribe, do whatever it takes, to follow me. So, it's been a crazy week or past few weeks lately because we have a lot of buyouts, we have a lot of businesses not doing so well, but we also have a huge market trend that is happening right now. So, the first topic, or there are three topics that we're going to talk about. One is Michael Kors buys Jimmy Choo. Yes, you heard that right. Jimmy Choo is being bought out. Number two, Etsy. We got a problem with them. Apparently, they're not doing so well, and it looks like they may lay off people. Number three is technical bags. What do I mean by this? It means that there is this huge market trend or market demographics that are producing these technical bags, which means that bags are made to carry your items, such as electronic items, gadgets, notebooks, laptops, one of those everyday carry backpacks. It is a huge market trend right now. It is a huge business right now because we are carrying a lot more items, especially electronically, than ever before. And so, let's get on with the first topic for today. So, ever since Jimmy Choo was founded by Tamara Mellon back in 1996, with the assistance of Jimmy Choo himself, a Malaysian, the company has been featured in many magazines, shows, movies, obviously being worn by celebrities. Big conglomerate company here, and also they're also a high-end luxury brand. They are famous for their shoes, not for their bags, not for their accessories or anything. They are famous for their shoes. Jimmy Choo himself left in 2001, and Tamara Mellon left back in 2011. So, in the recent announcement, Michael Kors is buying Jimmy Choo for $1.2 billion. The rep for Michael Kors says that Jimmy Choo has room for growth. It also has a very higher potential and ceiling in terms of market share and gains, because they see Jimmy Choo as same as them, company that is a accessible luxury brand, meaning that middle income consumers can purchase luxury goods from either Michael Kors or Jimmy Choo. So they thought it was the right fit. So what does this mean in the shoe industry? Well, for one, if Jimmy Choo is certainly not doing so well, then that tells you that the shoe industry is stagnant right now, especially in the luxury brand. Not a lot of brands out there are doing quite so well in the shoe industry. I'll check out Prada and their shoes. I have not heard anything big from them. I think Gucci may be the only one that's doing so well because of their new designs, new trends, because also they're also bringing something fresh to the market. But Jimmy Choo, what will happen to the retail industry? Not so much, because 1.2 billion is a lot. That's a lot of money. I'm sure there's going to be layoffs as usual, and there'll also be retail stores closing, but that's not happening right now. Not only that, the value of Jimmy Choo is going down in terms of resellers. I'm sure there are Jimmy Choo shoes that are being resold, but they're not going to be as valuable since this announcement, because the value of Jimmy Choo is not so worth anymore because Michael Kors just bought him. Not only that, the industry, I mean, the brand itself is not doing so well to the consumers. There was a time when Jimmy Choo was at its peak, but not anymore. I think consumers are just not visiting retail shops anymore. Maybe the designs of Jimmy Choo are not doing so well. So what does this mean for Michael Kors? Well, it's just another portfolio that they add to their arsenals. Not only that, their market share. With them owning a Jimmy Choo, at least they have another brand that specializes in shoes, because Michael Kors specializes in bags and accessories. So when you add a brand that specializes in shoes, not shoes, in shoes, then their market share can become bigger or have the potential to become bigger. So all in all, I see this as a good fit because both brands are not conflicting with any of their products. Maybe the only products I could see conflicting is maybe accessories, but again, Michael Kors specializes in bags and Jimmy Choo specializes in shoes. So what will happen for the future of these two brands? Well, for now, we don't really know. But one thing's for sure is that these two brands need to do some market research, understand these new consumers, this ever-changing market that is fashion and also luxury fashion. They need to change their the ways of customer service, the ways of maybe online experience, ways of providing a better designs, whether it be through long research, through experimentation or prototypes. But best of all is that they need to take their time. They need to look at the market and see where it's going, and they need to go from there. They need to stop doing these, how should I say, boardroom meetings without any designers in them or any research. Don't think of the numbers. We need research here because the market will always change. So let's talk about Etsy. Etsy was quite popular back in 2011, 12, and 13. Since then, ever since they went public, the rise in profits and market share has slowly dwindled. So, where is Etsy right now? Well, based on the 2016 financial reports, they had a $30 million loss, and there is a predicament that they might lay off 20% of their staff, which is a big chunk. 20%, that's a lot. 20% of the staff. If you have 100, that's basically taking out 20. That's still a lot, but I know for a fact they have more than 20. I mean, they have more than 100 employees. So, what is Etsy first and foremost? Well, they say they're not a retailer or they're not an online retailer, but technically they are. They're more of a eBay, but I see Etsy as more an indie eBay, if you get what I mean. They cater to the independent, they cater to the local market, they cater to the local makers and growers. And now that Etsy is having this problem or identity crisis, whatever you want to call it, what should they do next? Obviously, the board members are not happy, the investors are not happy. So what should they do? Should they revamp the website? Should they revamp their focus? Should they revamp the way they provide goods to consumers? Well, it could be all of it, but I'm not sure how it can be fixed, because right now they're stuck in the middle to me, or they just don't have nowhere to go. If Etsy is an independent eBay, but there are people still providing listings and selling in eBay, and then what's the point? I can assure you that eBay has a better customer service than Etsy. Not only that, eBay provides coupons most of the time. I'm not saying Etsy doesn't, which they do, but eBay is much more structurally sound. They are much because over the years they built themselves that way. But Etsy may be an online retailer sooner or later. They also may be stuck where they at right now, doing the same old thing. So what can they do to even evolve or present something new to the consumers? Well, I think right now they should focus on the little things, such as providing better service, whether it be customer service, whether it be services and goods to the seller or the vendors. And then they could also revamp their website, whether it be better search, better be, pricing maybe, or better algorithms to what the consumers are looking for. And then obviously they also have to integrate or how to market the company, whether it be through vendors, whether it be through websites, whether it be through somewhere other websites. So as of right now, I'm not entirely sure how you could fix this problem. They might have reached their peak, but right now they may just go be a competitor to eBay, but eBay is a giant. And then you have Amazon. So what can they do here? Do they want to compete with Amazon? Do they want to compete with eBay? Or do they want to compete with their own selves and focus on the little details and actually specialize in the indie products that they've always had this strong showing for? Because when it comes to indie, Etsy is much better than Amazon and eBay. So I don't know the answer to that. I'm just basically just guessing and assuming as to what they can do about this. And $30 million loss and 20% future layoffs in the staff. That's a hard thing to swallow. So our third and last topic for today is quite an important topic that I really want to talk about and discuss, which is technical bags, whether it be computer bags, laptop bags, suitcases, duffel bags with a lot of pockets. I'm just gonna be blunt about this, okay? I'm sure you've seen it in Indiegogo, Kickstarter, GoFundMe, about these bags with all these pockets, all these protection, all these technical fabrics and all of that. And you see with a company like Encase, company like Belkin, who else? Herschel, not all of them, but few of them. Toomey, obviously, and other brands such as Air. But let's talk about it, okay? So when it comes to technical bags, which means is that we got multiple pockets for your wires, gadgets, laptops, tablets, phones, computers, notebooks, pens and pencils, everyday essentials, even camera bags, all of that stuff. So it is a big market. It is a big trend. Right now it's $1 billion industry that can become $1 trillion industry, because every day there's always new tech out. We always have to carry something when we go out. We got to have those pockets, and we got to have those supports and pads and foams that can protect our tablet, phones, battery chargers, laptops, and all of that items that we seem to carry nowadays. So more and more we seem to carry a lot of items because of all the stuff that we need. Even guys nowadays are carrying backpacks, not like what it used to be. Well, when you're in college, of course you got to carry it, but when you're out in the industry or you're in your career, now you're carrying a backpack. So all these technical bags are basically having technical fabrics such as the use of nylon, cordura, cotton canvas, waterproof twill, parachute or sailing fabrics, tarp, all these waterproof, water repellent fabrics. And then you also got to have either inside, whether it be suede, velvet, or anything that does not scratch your items. And then we have multiple pockets, whether it be for your laptop, tablet, phones, notebooks, pens and pencils, sunglasses, hidden pockets here and there. And of course, you got the easy access of your laptop when you're going through TSA in the airport. So obviously you got to have those. And then you have your shoulder pads, very comfortable and very breathable, of course. And then finally, you have these backpacks with extra stuff underneath on the bottom, whether you want to carry your shoes, whether you want to carry other smaller items, anything that basically you're able to carry that you need, that can protect it from the drops and throws, and then from the weather elements. So let's talk about the future here. So the future of this is going to be $1 trillion industry, could be more than that, because of every day there's always new items that we gotta carry. Every day new items are being invented, being presented, and being marketed. Every day we also got to bring it, whether you're just going to study for finals, exams, quizzes, you go to Starbucks, a coffee bean, or coffee shop, whatever you want to call it, and you got to have those items. Or you're going to a shoot, you're doing a film, you're doing a short, a commercial, so whether it be it, or you're going to travel around the world, you want to carry 1 week of clothes while keeping your items intact, laptop, tablets, phones. Again, every day we got to have these items because it's what you call everyday essentials. And more people are going through that, and in the future, again, the population will grow and more people are going to do the same thing. And so people are buying these technical bags that caters to them, that caters to the stuff and items that they want to carry every day, whether it be they just go traveling around the world, or they want to carry it to the office, they want to just go out on the coffee shop. For me, I don't use a technical backpack, but in the future, actually, I do have a couple of them. But right now, I'm using my Filson rucksack, and it has 2 pockets. It has a main compartment inside, and it has an outside pocket. The only bad thing about it is the inside compartment doesn't have any pockets, any laptop or anything. So what I use instead is pouches, laptop pouches. I carry a battery and Bluetooth speaker combination. Of course, I have my notebooks, my pens, my cords, pencils, battery, not a wall charger, there you go, and then obviously little pouches here and there, and that's basically it. So, but if I end up carrying my laptop to go somewhere, then yeah, I will carry it. And then same with tablet. So this industry right now is just booming and booming and booming, and the market for it is so huge, because again, every day there's always something new electronically. And obviously, if your bags are getting old, well, then time to buy a new one. Man, that last topic got me thinking a lot. And so that basically concludes this podcast number 28 of Mr. Informal Podcast. Again, check out my website, mrinformal.com, Instagram Mr. Informal, and obviously in YouTube Mr. Informal. So this is Mr. Informal with the podcast. I am signing out. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you learned something. I will see you in the next podcast. Bye bye.